using burning coal. So I spent my first several nights actually before I went to the language school where I was enrolling to study Chinese. So we go back a long way. Your mother eventually brought your mom to the United States, right? And she lived to a very ripe old age. So we have a long history.
I remember. I met you in
incredible.
Beijing, 1980.
Yeah, it was very difficult circumstances. I mean, there was food, but cooking on coal stoves and um, um, your mom and your sister-in-law killed a chicken to show me a fresh chicken. They couldn't get that. I was horrified. I could barely eat it. But so thank you so much for coming. Go back a long way with my parents.
Well, I want to thank everyone for being here. So Dad and your care and having you on today. So I'm sorry everyone couldn't be here in person, but I hope the Zoom allowed you to join just as well. And I know you're all here absolutely in spirit. So.
Very nice, Bob. Thank you very much. We got to see the beautiful display, to see family and friends, and see Mom. So thank you for putting that together. It worked out very well.
Actually, can I read? Rose, do you mind reading something from our big text group? Do you want to read it?
Yes, please.
Thinking from last time, and Leslie wrote something too. Do you mind if I read those?
Yeah.
Oh, no, not at all, please do.
I can accept.
Not everyone wants to see them, and do you mind if I read it?
Yes, I don't mind.
Okay.
Louder, cannot hear.
I'm reading from a big text group we have with all the kickers and my brothers. This is, I think, yesterday, Rosa said, yes, for the last time, I'm going to throw him a kiss just even seeing his casket. It's worth the feeling. I remember the early morning of the last day he was at the Arrowhead house. He was always nice to me. I'm not sure about that, Rose, but most of the time. And he knew my name. Maybe sometimes. He knew you for sure, though. I was teasing him and tickling him. I did not stop kissing his forehead, of course with my mask on. Not until I heard him laughing, like a heavenly laugh. He was happy, just being happy, until he said he gives up and he went back to sleep. And the next time he woke up, his mood suddenly has changed. He asked about my hours. What hours do you work? What are your hours? And he fired me instantly. I guess because you didn't give an answer that made sense to him. But then again, he forgot shortly afterwards that he fired me, and back to his sweetness factor again. I did not expect that it was my last happy moment with him, and only see an empty bed, and would only see an empty bed the next time I arrived at Arrowhead house. I'm grateful that I was privileged to be a part of him. Thank you, Rosa. It says so much for us. And then something from Leslie. Can I read that too?
That's a little bit. That's fine, Phyllis.
Okay.
Leslie, do you want to?
Chang, you'd like to read it for Blessing, yeah?
Is it okay, Leslie? Is Leslie there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Leslie is part of something that you sent, I think, just to me, talking about how if you don't mind, I'm going to write it because it's very, I want to answer some of your embarrassed to your family that we were not able to protect your dad from getting this nasty disease, despite all the strict precautions that we put in place. It pains me to know that it must come from one of us. I'm very sad about that, and there's no way of knowing really. We failed him in a way. We failed Mrs. Chang and the family. Let's see here, and as the reader, I'm going to take reader's liberty and say, no, you didn't. Of course you didn't. This is a risk we knew, and we know that however he got it, and who knows, maybe I gave it to him. Probably not, because I got my symptoms later. You all were trying so hard, so careful. please don't feel that way at all. None of you. You should only think we knew there was always a risk. We all developed the safety protocols together. This virus is so asymptomatic. It was all around, and he was so much better off with you and your care and the others than being in the V or being in assisted living, for example. So please, please, don't feel bad at all. Don't let it pain you. This was fate, and sometimes you can't beat fate. We try your best. And again, it may be a blessing in disguise how quickly he went. Would have been worse if he had a stroke. I'm not just consoling myself, but you all know about taking care of elderly with strokes. Long, drawn out, painful process. You didn't fail him at all. You didn't fail us or the family. To the contrary, you made a huge difference in his life. And I know he certainly had affection, true affection for you. Then back to your message. Yesterday, Rose and I prepared the whole house for a thorough disinfection while Lawrence and your mom were at Hoover Street. It went well, but the room in the house will constantly remind us how deeply we cared and loved your parents. Especially, I got to know your dad on a very deep level. Very kind, brilliant, principled, a very loving husband and father, a very good person. Dementia may have stolen the best of him these past months, but not his inner determination and wit, and will to live, and to check each and every day about Mrs. Chang. Mom, Dad would always say, although he really needed so much more help than you, this is me, adding a little bit, he'd say, I need 2 caregivers, where are the 2 caregivers? And the next sentence he would say, how come you're here? Take care of Mrs. Chang. Go take care of Mrs. Chang. And he would write us emails saying, how come no one's spending any time with Mom? Well, and we'd say, Dad, because you need more help. And actually, sometimes you have 3 caregivers. So that's my interjection. Very touching and kind of funny in a way. But Mom, so he was always concerned about you. And then continuing Leslie's moving and deep message, thank you. He never failed to appreciate us, all the work that we did for him when he felt good and rested. He has the soft gentleness of being grateful when he opens his eyes with a smile in the morning, ready to see his new set of caregivers arriving for the day. I have more to say. Thank you, Phyllis, and your family for this wonderful memory. It forever changed our lives. Your dad will always have that special spot in my heart. May he rest in peace and love. And there's a affectionate smiley face. Thank you so much. It means so much to us and to him.
Thank you, Blessing.
We apologize for the times when he gave you all a hard time. He wasn't, he didn't know what he was doing. But I know that he truly appreciated you and had affection for each and every one of you. And Alan, if you want to say anything, of course, please. My father had probably about 10 copies of your address that he asked for. You were recycling your address because he kept saying, you got to get your address, and we will mail you something. He wanted us to mail you something. So we'll keep one of your addresses, one copy. I want you all to feel so good about what you've done to make an elderly person's life so much possible. It would have been impossible without you all. It would have been impossible. Thank you so much.
Thank you all.
Thank you too.
Thank you.
Yes, Mrs. Chang. Thank you too, Mrs. Chang. Yes. We love you, Mrs. Chang. And
If any of you would like to say anything, don't feel obliged to. And if you want to write something later in the celebration, you can certainly we're gonna look for you for some stories, new ones too, that maybe we don't even know.
Thanks, Jeff. Mom, do you want to say, thanks to everyone for joining us. You could not join us in person, so this is a poor substitute.
Sorry, I can't be there with you, Mom.
Thank you, Mom.
Yeah.
Sending our love to you.
Love you. Mom.